Hi guys, good morning. Thank you for joining me for a reading today. Let me just click this off here. Okay. All right. See if I can get this in the right place without it falling over today. So how are you doing? Happy Monday. I love Mondays. I don't know how you feel about them, but Mondays are my day off generally. I don't do any work on Mondays unless I have to do coaching calls for my other job. And I do readings on Mondays, but that's not work. I like doing readings. But I don't do any house cleaning or any of my mom or wife stuff on a Monday. Monday, I set myself up to just have the day off because, as you know, if you're a parent, weekends are not time off. I have a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I am busy all weekend, and I love it. I do enjoy it so much, but it's also kind of tiring, and the daylight savings has us all a little bit drowsy, so I'm super happy to have today off and to do readings for you guys. So I had a question from McQueen. It says, hey, Tarot Goddess, can you please do some readings on Prince Harry? I want to know what's going through his head right now. How's he feeling? How's he feel about Frogmore Cottage and the baby? So we're going to ask those questions, and then I'm going to ask about Amy, the lady who was an assistant. I believe she started out as Harry's assistant. Is that right? Somebody tell me if that's right. And then she left just recently, and people are sort of puzzled as to why she left so suddenly, especially because she seemed like the one who was going to move up in her career in the palace and really make something of that. And so she suddenly just said, nope, I've had enough. So I will get to that. Right now I've just got some general energy. This one's Harry, this one's Megan, on how they're feeling. Harry is Page of Wands and 4 of Swords in reverse. Megan's got Ace of Swords in reverse, 10 of Swords in reverse. Okay. So Harry is feeling, gosh, he may have received some news actually. This may have to do with the Amy thing. It's funny that came out. Pages are messengers. They're usually younger, immature energy. Page of Wands can be news about your job. It's fire energy, so a lot of times it's got to do with passion, with the things that fire represents. So passion, heat, life force type energy. And then 4 of Swords is, see, this guy looks sad on this card, but normally this is just a card of mental balance, stability. 4s are always stability. Being calm, learning how to center, learning how to be at peace even when things around you are hectic. And in reverse, it's the opposite of that. So this is how Harry's feeling literally, okay? He may feel like all the blood is rushing to his head, okay? He may have received some news that makes him feel this way, okay? He's not feeling stable. He's feeling very unsteady on his feet at the moment, and I hate that for him, guys. And then Megan has Ace of Swords in reverse. Ace of Swords upright is truth, it's clarity, it's finding out the truth, it's being able to see the truth. It can be receiving news that is about the truth, or just having clarity on a situation you didn't have before. In the reverse, I feel like it is the opposite of that, but in Megan's case, it feels more like it's holding back on something. I don't want to say not allowing the truth to come out, but maybe not being completely forthcoming with something. And then 10 of Swords is a card of anxiety and nightmares and not very good energy at all. At least it's a 10, so it's the end of a cycle. It was in the reverse, though. And for me, this means more or less, see how she's hanging upside down just like Harry, though. It does feel like there's some confusion here. Whether she's feeling confused or she's the source of the confusion, I do not know. I'm not getting much on that energy. But we'll just keep going. We're going to ask, how does Harry feel about them moving to Frogmore Cottage? And some of you have commented the move is not even going to take place. It's just kind of a distraction, but they're not actually going to have to do it. And I don't know if that's true. I don't know if maybe he's in negotiations with his grandmother and he's sort of begging her, please let's don't. I don't want to have to live there. That place is kind of creepy. It's embarrassing. Who knows, Yeah. We're getting, gosh, and he's getting all 4s, guys. We have 4 of Cups and we have the Emperor card for how he feels about Frogmore Cottage, okay? This looks like the Queen is giving you a concession, okay? You know that you've behaved poorly. You know that you made a wrong choice and your wife has behaved poorly. And the Queen is being somewhat gracious and magnanimous and saying, here's what we'll do for you. And Harry, ever the petulant child, is saying, no, I don't want that. That's not good enough for me. That's not good enough for us. We deserve better. Okay, and the Emperor card, I usually like this card. It comes up a lot for me. There's a Capricorn in my life, and this card comes up for him a ton. And it's because he's very earthy and stable and grounded. In Harry's case, I think that this is... It's almost like he has ambitions for himself that cannot be for himself. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like Meghan has been maybe telling him, you know, you're good enough too. You could even be king someday too. You deserve as much as he has, but I still think it's a positive thing because it's a 4, because it's stable energy. Okay. I'm gonna pull for Meghan too about Frogmore Cottage, and that just came right out, didn't it? It's funny that it was in reverse. I'll leave it in reverse. Okay, one more card for Meghan for Frogmore. Yeah, yes. Okay, King of Cups, you guys. It was in reverse. King of Cups is a male. Water sign, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and for me in my readings, King of Cups is William. This is Prince William, but it came out in reverse, and this is how Meghan's feeling. She's like, oh my gosh, that guy. I don't know what's going on inside the family, but it looks like she feels like he's thwarting all of my hopes and dreams. This is not at all what I wanted. This guy's in the way of what I want. And then the Tower came out right after. That's why you heard me giggle. Because, yeah, this is feeling like a Tower moment for Meghan. The Frogmore Cottage thing felt like an insult, just a terrible thing. That's not at all what she wants for her life. That's not at all what she wants for her family. It's not why she married into the royal family, to go and live in this haunted place as kind of like a joke in the family. Not at all. But she sees William as responsible for it, and he may be. He may be. It might have been his suggestion. You know, who knows? Let's see. How does Harry feel about the baby? How is Harry feeling right now about the royal baby? I did pre-shuffle my cards, you guys, before I turn the video on. I always do that. I like to get my energy on them before I start using them. So if you don't like the way I shuffle it, that's fine with me. Whatever. But I did shuffle them really well before I even turned this on. That just came right out. So I've got how does Harry feel about the baby, and then I'm, you know, just pulling cards for Meghan as well, just so we can get kind of a compare and contrast. Thank you to everybody, by the way, who's been sending me encouraging messages. I appreciate you so much. I love you so much. Okay, yeah. So about the baby, Harry's feeling Ace of Cups, loves beginning. It's going to be a new start, either for him and the baby, or for him and Meghan and the baby. Him and Meghan because of the baby. But he's also got the Devil card here, which is the card of Capricorn. It's also the card of addiction. It can literally just sort of mean the devil, nefarious things. Somebody's up to no good, deceiving energy. It's almost like, do you see how the devil's, his feet are on fire here? Okay, it's almost like Harry is hoping that this chalice, this baby, is going to put out that fire. Okay, does that make sense? That's the energy that I'm getting. This card in this particular deck is a Holy Grail card. This is everything you've been seeking, everything that you've wanted is right here for you. And then to come out with the devil, it feels like he feels like this is going to take care of this. And y'all know babies don't fix things, okay? Not even royal babies. Goodness. And this is how Meghan feels about the baby. Guys, this is not good. She's got 5 energy, okay? She's got 5 of Swords and 5 of Cups. Split in half. 5 of Swords is conflict. It's not at all positive energy. And then you can tell 5 of Cups, especially in this deck. It's such a sad card. This is a card of grief. Okay, this card came up for me when my grandfather died. I kept getting this card repeatedly. And it's like the cards were reading my energy, and they were saying, you know, we know that you're sad. Look at the expression on this poor baby's face. Okay, so these two together are not at all good energy. This is, 5 is after 4, so it's after that stable energy. It's a less stable, more shaky energy, even though it's a little bit more mature. But this also tells me, because Harry got all 4s on his side. Okay, so Harry's getting a bunch of 4s on his reading, and then that Megan is getting a bunch of 5s lets me know, you know, as the numbers progress, so he's a 4, she's a 5, she's moving on from him. Okay, it's already begun, is what it feels like. That's what it feels like to me. This is how she's feeling about the baby. She's feeling like this was a wrong decision. Like she has literally cut herself in half, or she is going to be cut in half. She has ruined herself, possibly. She may have some regrets over it, and then, of course, the grief. And I don't know what the grief would be, except that, you know, she's in a situation where the baby is not legally hers, really. As I understand it, the royal baby is royal, so the queen will actually have custody. Harry will have custody if she decides to move on, okay, from her current situation. She will have to leave the baby, and I think that maybe she's feeling sad about that. I don't know. I don't get maternal feelings when it comes to Megan, but she is still a human being, you know, so I think that that's possible. She may just be feeling like she made a colossal mistake, and it wasn't worth the price that she's going to have to pay for it. I am going to pull one goddess energy card for the situation. I don't use these a whole bunch, but I do like them. They're usually super accurate, and they have great messages. And I'll put the link to these in the description box if you're curious about any of the cards that I use. I always put the links in the box below. And just so you guys know, I do have some openings this week for some readings. I sort of cleared out a bit of my calendar so that I could have more time for those. I'm getting more requests. So if you want a reading, my email is in the description box as well, and we can get you set up. Just let me know what you're looking for. Email readings are $20, and I try to be pretty thorough with those. Video readings are $35. Okay, we'll do one more. And I love doing readings for you, and I love getting the feedback that I do, that, you know, the cards know more than I do, okay, because they're connected to source energy. So it's not me telling you what I think in your reading, it's just me telling you and sort of interpreting, like I do here, the energies that are coming out. And a lot of times it's information that doesn't make any sense to me, but it makes total sense to you. And that's what I find so lovely and magical about doing this work. Okay, we got two goddess cards. We have Mother Mary, Expect a Miracle. I love when this card comes out for me in any situation. It's a good sign. It's also, see, it's a mother and a child here, and it says, have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. And then we got Mott, who stands for fairness. Okay, this is like a justice card. And she says, this situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So I think these are messages for Harry. Okay, good things are happening no matter what. That baby is coming, and, you know, this situation is going to be handled in a fair manner. Okay, so this could be the situation with Frogmore Cottage, and it could be the situation with the baby. Just because I can, because YouTube has allowed me a little bit longer videos, thankfully. I don't have to be totally under 10 minutes now. I'm going to pull an energy card as well. These are the Sacred Geometry Oracle. I also really super love these cards. I pull one of these per day for myself. Okay, and we have more 4s for Harry. Universal Love is 44. Okay, and it could also be added up to be an 8, which would be manifesting. Okay. The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, our planet, and the whole of existence itself. So more 4s for Harry, more stability, and also maybe this symbolizes maturity for him, that this is going to be a rough thing for him to have to go through, whatever it is, allegedly, but he will come out of it a stronger person, which is sort of what he needs. Okay, and then for Megan, funny enough, we have consciousness, which is 17. It also adds up to an 8, which is also manifesting. And consciousness, to me, you know, this is awareness. This is being aware of yourself and aware of the people you hurt. Okay, I'm just going to wag that finger in there and say, sometimes even narcissists do have a wake-up call and a lightning moment, and they look around and they say, look what I've done. Okay, and this fits in very well with her cards, so that may be the case. This says, consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so we can include them in our reality. What did I just say? Being able to look around at yourself, at your life, at the things you've created and take responsibility for them, and to have more awareness about them. So that's all I'm going to do for right now. I hope you guys liked this reading. If you have questions or something else you want me to read on, leave it in the comments. I do read all the comments even if I'm not able to respond to all of them. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you saw that I didn't. And we'll chat again later. I love you. Bye-bye.